Things are happening. Woo! All right, pause that. We are live for the first time in a very long time. Too long, maybe not long enough. Depends on your tolerance for this oyster voiced individual. All right, maybe I'm streaming on Twitch. Trying to figure that out. Not really clear to me. And maybe I'm on YouTube gaming. Who knows? But yep, appears to be a thing. Cool. Well, if you want to try and chat with me, that would be cool, but is by no means some sort of a prerequisite. To be honest, I'd be kind of surprised if anyone managed to find any of this. But stranger things have happened. Well, tonight I'm going to be unboxing some various purchases that I've made over the past couple months for my Magic the Gathering collection. Most of these have been made from TCGPlayer, although a couple I think were from eBay as well. And we're just gonna crank them out and open them up. So hopefully the lighting is. My keyframe interval is 1 and it's supposed to be 2. I have no idea what that means. Maybe that's why I'm not showing up on Twitch. Who knows? I seem to be showing up on YouTube, but I'm not sure that anyone actually watches it there. So it did seem like it was working before. Is this worth trying to fix? I'm not sure that it is. I'm not sure that it's worth trying to fix. All right. How do I have no idea where to change the keyframe. So I don't know how to fix it. It was working before. No one's going to watch this anyway, so it's probably not worth it. All right. I got to get to bed at some point anyway. Yo. So let's not stress about that. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Huh. All right. Maybe we should start with some supplies. Get things going. Off to a spicy start here. What's a good... good play mat for us to use for this? How about this one? I got a big old stack of play mats, and you'd be thinking, why didn't you just do this ahead of time? And it's like, yeah, that would have been a very sensible thing to do. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Ain't that pretty? Pretty! All right, cool. And as always, I need my One Direction post-it note to cover up some stuff. Wow, that fits pretty darn well, all things considered. Great. I kind of don't really remember what most of these orders even are, so come along with me and we'll find out. So this first, they're not really in any particular order. I think I did a really large order from TCGPlayer a while back. It came in a couple of different packages. This one they put in an envelope, plain white envelope, had adequate postage. It feels really well reinforced. They did a great job mailing it. This was because of, we live in COVID times. It's pretty tricky to do orders right now. Things don't work quite the way that we all might like, and TCGPlayer was sort of limited in what they were able to provide in orders, and via the TCG Direct. So we took it. We just made with what we could. Okay, so within the envelope, they took a portion of a USPS Priority Mail Express flat rate envelope that they cut up, which I have not seen this before, but I gotta say this feels very sturdy. It filled up a good amount of the envelope. And they put a like a single piece Yeah, it looks like a single piece of tape over the top and the sides. Oh, they actually cut both sides of this here to make this fit right. And yeah, there's a little bit there. So I'm just going to go ahead and be very gingerly. Be very gingerly. Be very gingerly kind of just slice this tape. All right, great. All right. And let's do this. Okay, whoa, look at that. All right, so we got like a little bit of a bandolier of magic cards going on here. So this appears to be one of the foil common orders that I made for my cube. And you know, I'm getting out the sleeves, the what fit, the perfect fit sleeves that I've got, but the reality is it's, you know, this is already not great video to begin with. Like, this is already pretty much pushing people's patience, and I'm not sure that watching me individually sleeve like 60,000 cards is really going to improve things any. So might not be doing that. But I did want to grab these KMC perfect fits just in case, you know, there's one or two high value things that I bought that I forgot about. So, all right, 6 minutes in, haven't done anything, but I have been talking, and we have not had a lot of dead air yet, which can't always say that. All right, so coming back to this delivery, everything looks pretty well packed in here. All right, I apparently bought Portal Mage at some point. I don't remember that. What does that even do? When it enters the battlefield, you may reselect which player or planeswalker target attacking creature is attacking. Why did I buy that? These two look like things I would buy. But why did I get that? I don't know, man. It must have been cheap. Is there like an order in here? I might need to log into my TCGPlayer account because I honestly don't even remember ordering some of this stuff. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Probably should have, again, had this up. TCGPlayer. Go. Alright, signing in. Alright, apparently it remembers me, which is good. Order history. Alright. Last 90 days. Let's see if we can find it on this page. Yeah. It was 14 cents. So I guess that's why I did it. I don't remember adding that at all. Okay, mysterious. I mean, I guess that's the fun of this, is that I'm seeing things that I didn't even know I ordered, so that's cool. All right, so they cut a 9 sleeve, it looks like. Or maybe this is just like a special thing that I've never seen before. All right, interesting. There's three little of these dudes, and whoever did, they know what they're doing. They got the folded post-it note over each one. This dude was classy. This was sales by Stephen B off of TCGPlayer. So far, thumbs up for this gentleman here. We approve. We approve. All right. Squeeze some of these out. Boop. Easy peasy. Ah, that beautiful, beautiful foil look. I love it. I love it. So nice. So pretty. Makes me happy. All right. And where is my chat? I don't expect anybody to try to talk to me, but in case they do, I should at least be ready to go. So I can go do some tippity tappy. All right, not seeing anything. Shocker. Not shocked. This isn't fat. I would actually be kind of freaked out if anybody did try to talk to me. All right. So normally I like to try to talk about the cards a little bit into why I purchased them. That can sometimes be a challenge when I forget why I got them or what any of the cards do. When it enters the battlefield during the declare attacker step, reselect which player or planeswalker target attacking creatures attacking. And this seems like a fun EDH card, so I guess that's why I got it. Maybe I wonder if there's something else I meant to buy and I got this by accident. That's also possible. I'll just put that over there in some sort of notional EDH pile. Briarblade Adept. It's an elf assassin with Encore. So I think I've tried to pick up a bunch of the Encore cards just to have. I've always sort of had this notion in the back of my head that I would want to maybe retune my Pauper Cube to be a little more multiplayer. And so maybe make things like Monarch and some of the other multiplayer matters mechanics a little more full featured. So I always try to pick up this stuff, although it probably isn't going to make it into the cube. Although I guess I would say that with the recent push for elves and Kaldheim, that elves, like an elf hybrid with elves and Kaldheim, that you know there's anything with elf in it automatically is getting picked up a notch. So that's cool. This is recently banned, but also amazing. And I'm not above putting stuff that's been banned in Pauper in my cube. And Fall from Grace, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna go in. We're gonna at least give it a shot until it makes everyone's life miserable. And yes, even though we're not really geared for Monarch right now in like a multiplayer format, I'm still gonna give it a shot. Blue probably doesn't need the help, but you know, we'll give it a shot. It's an enchantment. There's a lot of removal. Not a lot of enchantment removal though. Yeah, why was I thinking it's an enchantment? You put it on your opponent's creature, not yours. Here's another sweet card that was nice to pick up. This is Preordain, another spicy one. This was like $1 million in foil for the longest time, and I spent 81 cents on this. So yay, pretty pleased with that. This is just a incredibly powerful card for a sorcery. So that's probably going to make it in. All right. Trove Tracker. What do you do? When Trove Tracker dies, draw a card. All right. Seems good. Human Pirate. Encore for 7. So yeah, replaces itself. I don't know if this makes it in a non-multiplayer version of the cube, but for the time being, we'll take it under advisement. So pretty. Not the best art. All right. Chandra's Magma. This was one of my favorite cards. Probably my most drafted card in M21. I just love it. It's a 2-drop, and it pings the opponent, so you get a little bit of reach in there if you need it. If anything matters about doing non-combat damage to the opponent or bloodthirst, any of that stuff, this is your buddy here. And you know, I'm a sucker because it's got like the fancy frame, and so you know this is what, you know, I don't have a nice car, but I will pay extra money for Magic cards in a fancy frame. So this is one of the cards that I'm most excited about. Hopefully I will fight very hard to try to find a way to put this into the collection, into the cube. That makes me so happy. I love it. Drowsing Tyrannodon, again, another M21 all-star here. Even more so because, like, no, I don't think very few people saw it coming. I certainly didn't, but once you start playing with it, you're just like, it's so fun. It's like its own little mini game. There are a lot of ways to abuse it in M21, or get it online, I guess, in M21. You know, Plus, I'm trying to like, I'm always a sucker a little bit for like Defenders Matters type sub themes, and so there's a little, I'm biased towards that, trying to insert that into my cube, so I like that aspect of it as well. Garrick's Gorehorn is a 7/3 for an illegible amount of mana. It appears to be about 5. Not anything interesting to say here. Maybe it's good if you have sack effects. Even though this has a fancy frame and looks really weird because the box is empty. What's in the box? Nothing. They couldn't even put like a forest. I guess that would have been weird. It would have looked like a land. But yeah, it's yeah. Boop. You just go sit in that pile over there. Next pile. Gnarled Sage is the next pile. This is a 5/5 with reach. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, it gets +0/+2 and has vigilance. This was one of the M21 archetypes. It's a fine card. Probably not making it into the cube. There's probably more stuff, more fun stuff you could do for 5 mana. Track down. I'm gonna assume I put this in because yeah, this was Gnarled Sage was 3 cents and Track Down was 8 cents. So that's probably how they made it into the cube. Warded battlements. Again, I told you I'm a sucker for defenders. White doesn't have a really good Defenders Matters card. The way some of the other colors have stuff like Doorkeeper that scales with the number of defenders you have. It would be cool if white got something like that in the future. So this is maybe like future-proofing it. There's an... I think this probably would go into a blue-white Flyers deck if it does even make it into the cube, because you know it's gumming up the ground a little bit and giving you a little bit of extra reach with all your Flyers. Balduvian Rage. Target attacking creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I'm always a fan of X spells at common. There's not a whole lot of them, not as many as I would like, and so that's probably why I picked this one up. Don't know if it makes the cut. Blue-red spells might find it spicy, but Battle Rattle Shaman, again, this is going to be good in like a red-white go wide strategy, red-black maybe. Especially if you have Death Touchers, this can really kind of cause some hassle for your opponent. Why is this why it's having trouble focusing? Maybe, who knows. Crusader of Audric. Yeah, it's a better version of that green card that they downshifted because from rare to common, because this is only, they're both 3 CMC, but that has 2 green and then that casting cost. It's that like wild creature looking thing. It's obviously a creature. This might make it in. The problem is it's really easy to get blown out by this, where it's like you think it's a 3/3 and it eats a 2/2, but then your 1/1 dies, and then suddenly it has 2 damage marked on it. So you got to be careful with that. But Goblin Gavalier gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it. Don't really have an equipment sub theme in the cube at the moment, but should that ever change, this boyo here becomes a pack 1 pick 1. It's tough because you can't really get them in multiples, right? And it's, you know, the classic payoffs versus enablers dynamic from those kinds of strategies is always a challenge. A little bit of cruft on that card. Here's, in case we do end up deciding that equipments are suddenly awesome, here's like a pretty cheap equipment. So you get the wombo combo, I guess, of putting that on the Goblin Gavalier. All right. Now to our third pile here. Iron League Steed. Hello. Iron League Steve. Hello, Steve. 4 mana, 3/3, fabricate 1. So, it's 4 mana, 2/2. It can come in as a 3/3 or bring a buddy. I'm certainly not getting into the cube, although I do really like fabricate. I think that's a fun mechanic. Improvise. You can tap artifacts. This could make it in. I keep being tempted to like make blue-white artifacts matter as a thing, Right now it's mostly blue-white flyers, but this, if we do try to like split the theme a little bit, this would be an easy include for that. Yeah, I think. Can I prop up this such that it shields that light? Maybe not. Or, hear me out, just put everything down one. I solved the problem. Got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Lighting is hard. Okay, metallic rebuke. We said enough about that, and then we paused awkwardly while I messed with the lighting. And rapacious dragon. It's kind of neat that they started printing dragons at common. Share the love a little bit. I still think dragons are awesome. They're no. And this one brings in 2 treasures with it. I don't know if this makes the cut, but I'm trying to push 5 multicolor shenanigans as well, so maybe. Remember the Fallen. Again, if blue-white artifacts becomes a thing, or red-white artifacts, this would help make that more of a thing. Sylvan Might. Flashback's always good. Can't say no to extra spells. This is maybe not the most impactful thing with flashback. Into the Royal. And the special frame. So beautiful. I'm going to do whatever I can to make this happen in the cube because it's got a special frame and it's beautiful. I maybe even already own this and I just bought another one because I like the frame and I really liked how it played in M21. And we're going to see what we can do with this. What else would I say about it? I don't have Kicker Matters is a theme. Blue-green always kind of struggles with what it should be doing, but at least as of right now, there's no meaningful payoffs at the common level for Kicker that I know of. And so that's kind of hamstringing it a little bit, but until then, it's still gonna go in. Angel Heart Protector. There's no real party thing going on in my cube, but it's a three mana 3/2. They pretty much get something through, forces some damage through, or does something. So seems like it could be interesting. I'd love blue-white. I guess blue-white also does have like a flicker theme too, so that's another thing that could be interesting. I don't know why I put in a sleeve though. I'm not valuing that particularly highly. And then lastly, we've got Resolute Strike. And it's an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's a warrior, you may attach any equipment you control to it. And this was 5 cents, and that is why I bought it. And I will probably never play it. All right, well that was that set. We had some fun stuff show up, and yeah, I don't know that there's much else I can say on top of that. Let's see. It is 11:30, and I have this massive box of cards to go through. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna save that for another day. I'm gonna assume TCGPlayer Direct got the order right, whereas these other ones I'm kind of paranoid and I want to check because in case there was an issue with the order, I don't want it to, I want to try and do something about it. I mean, hopefully not. I don't know. I've never really had any issues with any orders. They always get canceled or something. That if there was an issue and get your money back, but I don't know. Better safe than sorry, right? All right. So just to organize things a little bit, I'm going to move these things off. But I got some decent blue cards. Not a lot of black in that set. And nothing in red, aside from Chandra's Magma. I don't know that there's really going to be anything in red that makes the cut. I'm trying to think if any of the green stuff was really like jumping out at me. Green tends to get all my love. That's probably my favorite color. So I end up buying like way more green cards than anything else. But it's it's important to work around these things. All right, you can hang out right there. All right. Where's my Post-it? I just had it. Where did it go? Oh, I was on top of there. Thank you. All right. All right. Here's another order from Limitless Games. I think this was a TCGPlayer order. Yeah, this was TCGPlayer. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in this. And yeah, this was part of my massive order. So let's take a look at this. Packed in a small envelope. I respect that. It feels very sturdy. The edges bend, but I'm not. You can tell that like wherever the cards are, they like did a good job on it. And somebody stamped on here non-machine, which is fine. I don't know that the post office really pays how much attention they pay to things like that. Just to make sure it doesn't feel like there's anything here before I slice it. So being as delicate as I can. All right, got it started. Okay. Let's go. Oh, there's appears to be. All right, I'm just. All right, so it was like too delicate for me to like continue opening it without being weird. So we just kind of ripped it weird. What is going on? It is like stuck inside the envelope. Oh, that's a little weird. That might have been deliberate. Yeah, that was. Oh, that was interesting. I've never seen that before. So they they did the like double-sided tape thing where you wrap it around and stuck it on the inside of the envelope, which I think I just accidentally showed you where I live. Please don't swap me. I have children and a dog, so that would be really bad. And yeah, so that was what was going on there. Let's take a look. These are all, oh, got a little big envelope there. These are all in an envelope here. We'll go ahead and bust this out. So, if I can. All right, let's start here. So, Aqueous Form, enchant creature, it can't be blocked whenever it attacks, scry 1. This is basically not really a card that I want to play, but maybe it'll end up in there. I'd rather have like one of those cards with rebound. I forget what it is, the rebound one that gives something, makes it unblockable. The whole idea is like use Kiln Fiend or something like that to just really go off and get the opponent. So, but you know, in a pinch, this would work. Eye Blight colors, when it dies, create 3 elves. So green-black is sort of like a morbid self-sacrifice kind of aristocrats thing. So this would be good in that, and again with elves, maybe getting some love in Kaldheim. Who knows? This could end up getting moved up in the world. Staunch, Throne Guard, Vigilance, you become the Monarch. This is never coming in unless Monarch really gets pushed in the cube. I try to do that. I'll have to think about it. Strategic Planning seems good. This was a 3-cent card from Commander Legend. Yeah, Commander Legends was great for commons because they had those packs where there were all these foil commons in them, and so it really, I think, has driven down the price of foil commons, which I greatly appreciate. And then, the beautiful cards at the bottom. All right, so we've got Royal Eruption, which I like. And because I'm a sucker for full art lands, I picked up some of those. So Royal Eruption, again, I don't have any kicker payoffs, but this is just a solid card. It's good early. It's great. It's fine late, so it makes things happen. This will, and it's got a cool frame. This will probably find its way into the cube. Black. red. And then, you know, because I'm a sucker for these full art lands, I wanted to pick up those. We picked up the ones from the artist who's not kind of shady. Oh wait, that was a different set. What was that? He wasn't in this one. I forget which set he was in. Yeah, these were just full art lands from Zendikar Returns. My bad. But that actually looks way better than I kind of anticipated, so I'm pretty happy with that. Looks nice. I bought like an effing F-ton of the Theros full art Nyx lands, so I don't know exactly if I'm going to just use just them or what, but in the meantime, got some other stuff. So, pretty happy with that. And was everything that I expected in that order. So that's good. Put you up there. All right, what is next? And that's the big one, right? All right. So I think what I want to open next is this. Yeah, all right, I think I got this. All right, we're going to kind of go up in terms of coolness here. Let me show this. All right, this was an eBay order that I made. Seems, you know, large envelope. Again, the edges are bending, but it feels very stiff and well supported in the middle here. So I'm not super concerned about that. So I think you know, whoever did this knew what they were doing. So, you know, I don't know why I felt the need to go across the top. It's probably, given that there's obviously nothing here, it behooves me to kind of cut the edge here. So let's go ahead and do that. Much cleaner. Freaked myself out how close that came to my eye. That would be one way to get the views and lose one of them. Oh, I shouldn't have made that joke. That was a bad joke. All right, get that envelope out of here. All right, this appears to be, yeah, a little invoice. It's got my name on it and what we ordered, so that's cool. What is going on here? Well, that's a thing I've never seen before. So they taped it to the inside, and it's pretty taped on there. And obviously there's a magic card and a half going on here. And we fold it over, and it looks like, let me get this out of here. So what did they do? What did you do, my friend? Okay, it appears. Okay, I think. Yeah, all right. They created a shield around the cards that I ordered. So they did not ship me the cards that I ordered folded in half. So I think I can just slide this out. Nope. Maybe, is it caught on? I think it's caught on the tape up here a little bit. So what's the safest way to do this? I actually think it's going to be to break it right here, because I can kind of widen it up. I can see that I'm not going to hit anything on the inside. So we're just going to do this. There we go. Let's open it up. Ah, an island from War of the Spark. A Swiftwater Cliffs. This man drafts. He's got commons for days. Theros Beyond Death. I Rose His Blessing. All right, it's got some bonus cards. Woo, look at me. Bonus cards. Slightly played. These are going back on eBay. Slightly played. And here's what I actually ordered. You know, this was not. Oh yeah, this was an eBay order. I was looking at TCGPlayer, ended up going with eBay because it was pretty cheap. But you know, this is sort of a sunset of an EDH spatial, a Commander staple. You know, I don't know that it's getting played as much as it used to, but I actually didn't own any, maybe one, and I was like, you know what, it's really cheap. It just got reprinted. I should just pick some up, you know, just to have them. So I spent about $1.50 or so for each, and you know, I got them. You can probably slot into a fair amount of things. So, whoa, somebody's watching. Hey, person who may or may not be watching. Thanks for watching. appreciate it. I wonder what venue you're watching on, and if it would even be possible for me to talk to you. Probably not, but I can try. I'm gonna try and type hello. I wonder if that goes through. Oh, it went to Twitch and YouTube. So I guess if you're there, you're gonna get it. So thanks for watching. Hey, you can try typing back. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. I'm using Restream.io. It seems fine, but all right. It's 11:40. Let me go ahead. Kind of want to break into this break. Break into the break. Magic cards, delicious magic cards. All right. Let's open the good stuff. Hopefully good stuff. This is what I'm paranoid about. All right. This just came. I originally ordered it off of TCGPlayer. Some weird irregularity went down with the order, and excuse me. There was some irregularity with the order. I don't know what happened. They refunded my money immediately, so I was like, okay. It did seem a little bit like too good to be true kind of a thing, and the cards never came. And I was like, hey, I never got those cards. And then TCGPlayer was like, how would you like your money back? And so I don't know what was going on, but TCGPlayer handled it very professionally. So this came a little bit damaged in the corner here. I don't know what was going on, but it feels like it's well supported. So we're gonna go ahead and cut up through it. And who is this from? This is from Cannon's Cards out of New York. I don't think I've ever ordered through them before, but they shipped incredibly timely. This was like one of those things like auction ended and like 30 seconds later it was out the door. So this is somebody who is very responsive to their orders completing on eBay. All right, we got this out. All right, orange envelope. I like the orange. It's kind of cool. Looks like they maybe bought like a bunch of greeting cards or something, and they're shipping them out of that. Let's see what we got here. I think this is probably an invoice. Let me take a look. Yep. Oh, this was on TCGPlayer. This was not. I was wrong. This was not an eBay order. This was. I originally ordered it on TCGPlayer. I was looking at eBay orders and then went back and ordered it on TCGPlayer again. Yeah, that was what happened there. And booyah! Dun dun dun! I'm so excited. I own an Expedition now. I never opened one. And now I have Strip Bind, which is an awful card. It's not officially in Pauper. And I know Adam Staborski has it in his Pauper Cube, and I always thought that was lame. But then when I was like, when then the Expeditions came out and they were lower, and I was like, I might be lame. I could do that. And then I actually looked into like the reasoning for it, and it was printed on a common sheet. And so if my rule is like it was printed at common, I mean that's pretty much fair. When they sort of rectified some of the earlier rarities, they decided it wasn't common and it was uncommon. But I think it really could have gone any other way. So I think it's perfectly fine, and I will put it in my cube and see what happens. So. Yeah, I apologize for maligning you by saying I bought this off eBay. This was TCGPlayer. It came very quickly. It is in fact the foil one, which is good. I was a little bit worried because some of the things that you would see popping up would say foil and would not actually be. That was more of an eBay problem. And looking at this, it's not. Yeah, it's a little bit bent. I don't know what to say about that. Like I'm not a stickler for quality. It's a bummer because this is one of the the second most expensive card I've ever purchased online, I think. And I'd like it to be pristine, but at the same time, like it was a great deal. He shipped it right away. It does not appear to be fake. The fact that it's bent makes me think that it's not. Let's look at this for a second. By the way, Donato Giancarlo is one of my favorite MTG artists. He did Cartographer, which I have a print of that I picked up from him. My only complaint about the art on Strip Mine is that it has like a person on it, which is kind of weird. Not crazy about that, but pretty cool. It's a pretty cool card. I like looking at it. I was going to say, I probably lost my only viewer at this point, but I guess bots don't get bored. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert in cards. I don't know what I would be looking for if it was faked anyway, and I haven't heard anything about faked expeditions. And it's been. So, it seems like it checks out. Which brings me to my next card. If you thought I was being paranoid about that one. Alright. Shippinzen LLC, again out of New York. Shippinzen LLC MTG Giant. This was an eBay purchase. And considering what was in here, this was not a great pack. It's all kind of weighted down at this end. All right. There's nothing at this end, so I'll just go ahead and do this. I feel like I'm steeling myself emotionally for disappointment, even though I have no reason to expect it. I think it's just my personality. Rips. Okay. Yep, that's just sliding around in there. Hey, that's my name. All right. And it's like a stack of stuff on this. All right. Let's be very careful. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm not even going to like make jokes or anything while I'm doing this. Where else is this attached? Right here, maybe? What is going on with this thing? Alright. Get that out of here. There it is. There it is. Day's Invocation. This was not a cheap card. But it is a pretty card. It is a pretty card. This is a nice looking card. So this was what I was most excited about and kind of worried about. This is going into the cube, right? Like, yeah, I don't care that it's banned in Pauper. Famously, my local gaming store, Victory Comics, had one in stock, and I was like, oh, I should get that for my... I wish that was common. I should get it for my cube. And someone's like, oh, it is common. It's just... And I was like, no, it's not. And I was just looking at a list of invocations that were legal in Pauper, not that it had been... And I didn't realize it had been banned. And I was like, that wouldn't have stopped me. And then someone else came and bought it, so I couldn't use my store credit on it. That always kind of bugged me. because it's, I mean, it is like one of the most beautiful pieces of Magic art they've ever done. It's nice. I should probably be saying something, but I'm mostly just kind of looking at it and being impressed by this piece of cardboard. Well, I can't wait to put this into the cube. Because that's a good card. It's a good, completely not fair card. Oh, man. Not my first invocation. But these are some good Magic cards. That's 1153. I might as well just crank through these other things, right? Oh my gosh. Ooh. We got some spice. I can't wait to put these into the cube. Oh my gosh. For sure. Preordain, Fall from Favor, Chandra's Magma. That's the short list. Drowsing Pteranodon. I bet that makes it in. So these are all things that seem pretty likely to make it in. Oh. Be still my heart. All right. I needed to take a moment. I got a little emotional. Staring at a Magic card. I'm back. Let's just crank out the these. Oh, I kind of want to look and see what did you pack it with, dude? What were the bodyguards for that card? Burden of Greed. Oh man, I feel like he's sending me a message. Is this like the Magic the Gathering equivalent of Chick Tracks? Reap and Sow and Magnetic Flux. I think he's just stunting on me by putting Darksteel cards in here. Like, you kids today probably don't even know what this is. I mean, to be fair, I was not playing during Darksteel, so I came back during. I like calling these bodyguard cards. Body cards. There we go. All right. Let's. What the heck? I'm feeling good about life. Let's break open the brick. We're gonna do some lines. All right. This is just a massive TCGPlayer order that I did. There's like a lot of cards in here. Like a lot is a pretty technical term. So note that I want to be clear. I didn't say a lot of different cards, just a lot of cards. It is kind of a pain to order things off of TCGPlayer's website, I will admit. Like, especially if what you care about is foil commons and you want a common printing of a card. I mean, really, the card optimizer just does not seem to work if you've got foils in it. That's kind of the end of it. And so you just sort of end. I just end up, manually optimizing the cart as I go along. And you really just need to pick a few sellers and just stick with them. It's a pain in the butt to be. I don't know. I probably spend like 4 hours on these large orders or something, going through and doing them. Where it's like, this isn't like $1,000 order. Like, if I was getting paid, more than minimum wage. If I could make like $15 an hour, like, it might just be cheaper to work, than to. I should be able to do that. whatever. Time is not completely fungible. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't kind of enjoy it at some level. You just kind of get in the zone of sorting and organizing. So whoever got this in the bag is amazing because I cannot get it out. And I guess they taped it down a little bit to seal it. I didn't realize that. I was like, this bag does not seem like it's the appropriate size for an object of these dimensions. But they definitely compressed it. This is, I don't know, maybe I'm giving them too much credit here, but I feel like this is like people who spend all day packing cards come up with ways of doing this. All right, look at this. There's a nice little bonus to me. I got a 400 count storage box, BCW. These are what I get from my local Victory Comics for cards. Usually get bigger ones than this. I wonder what they blocked off on this. It looks like a date. I bet someone shipped this to them. Somebody was selling them cards, and that's what it is, and it's related to that, and they just blocked it off. Just fine. I love painting these things. It's really fun. It's little like art things. You just get some paints and put like a base layer down and paint over it, and it works really well. I use acrylic paints. That's what works for me. It's worth giving it a shot sometime. All right. Is this taped shut? No, it does not appear to be. Scene from Pulp Fiction. Whoa! What? They gave me stickers? Ah! Look at that! How cool is that? What are these stickers? Is this some property? This is like some other card game. I think. I don't know what it is. I bet somebody, if anyone were watching this, they would be screaming at me right now, like, you fool, that's Spellbreaker or something. Counterspell or something, but I don't know what it is. But hey, those are cute little stickers. Put them on top. All right, this is my order. They just jammed it in there. This is everything that should be here. It is several pages. Man, I bought a lot of stuff. This order was about 65 bucks. This is the largest order I've ever put in. It's pretty much all foil commons. It's a lot of stuff. And it is midnight. Are we going to crank through this? How long is it going to take me to go through all these? Maybe I should stop and just do this tomorrow. All right. I'm going to come back to this some other time. I'm not going to do all these now. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hopefully you can forgive me. But... actually... nah, whatever. We're live. Let's just do it. I can do this really quick. Alright. Stacking, 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 stacking. So you might notice, that's weird. Don't they usually package these things in alphabetical order? What could it be? What's going on here? You shall see. All will be revealed. Stay tuned. After these messages, we'll be right back. Actually, I don't know what order these are supposed to be in. Well, this was supposed to have a braid in it, and it doesn't. The first thing on the list is supposed to be a braid, and it's missing. I mean, I guess it could be in here somewhere. Oh, alright, I don't know what order they did this in. Am I looking at the wrong order? No? Alright. I'll have to cross... Alright, I have an alphabetical list, but that's not what this is. Alright, I don't know. don't know how they picked this order. That's really weird. All right. Okay. Well, it presumably matches up to this, so I'm not gonna cross-reference now. I'll just do that at a later date. All right, got my things ready. Let's go. Conspicuous Snoop is a card that I picked up for my Krenko EDH deck. It feels like the kind of thing that could be really good in that deck. So, yeah. I don't know that there's any like wombo combos with it necessarily in there, but it seemed like a fun card, and so we got it. I need to get the Brawler as well, the indestructible card that fights things, because that's such a fun card, and that could be really cool too. Joriel, Munwali Recluse. Pretty sure I just bought this because it was cheap. If I ever make a my Yorion is like my go-to Brawl deck, so that's why I picked that up. This was in my Brawl deck. It's not actually that good. I definitely don't know why I bought 2 of them. That seems really weird. Oh yeah, I have like I have a friend who has a Super Friends deck, and this is to deal with that. So I think that's why that's here. Got a bunch of command towers because you can always use those. They were cheap. So picking up some copies of that. Same thing with Commander Sphere. So even though there's a lot of cards here, we got some duplicates. Opal Palace again, just picking up some of those, some paths. Spectral Searchlight. Why did I buy this not foil? Was I just picking these up because these are kind of staples? I don't know. Hope I didn't mean to buy these in foil. I already have this, so I don't like the other printing of it. I like this printing much better, but I think that was probably too much. What is this thing? Goat Hydra. Okay. Cataclysmic Gearhulk, that's a good card. Citywide Bust. Cryptic Trilobite. Yeah, these are just some like EDH things that I was looking at picking out. Lava Brink Floodgates. The Locust God. This was on sale. Or not on sale, it's just dropped in price. So I picked that up for some sort of blue-red Spells Matter deck at some point. Zatalpa. Again, just EDH fodder. Chaos Warp. Oh yeah, I never had one of these. I do now. That's pretty exciting. This seems like a good deck. Probably going into Krenko just because it's silly. It's a silly card. Sacrifice Magus of the Wheel, and yeah. Just trying to do like whoever that guy was who does that thing. Every time you draw a card, it pings everybody. He's zombie, black, red, blue. All right, let's see what we got here. Still says there's one viewer. Kind of surprising. Adventure awaits. Yeah. Maybe this is organized by set is what's going on here. Akuum Hellhound. Maybe that makes it in. Adventure awaits probably doesn't. Ardent Electromancer. Seems like an interesting card. I don't really know if there's a way to make it happen, but anything that gives you mana back seems cool. Blood Beckoning. Fine card. Blood Price. Broken Wings. Bubble Snare will probably make it in. I think Bubble Snare. If it was a horse, it'd be Bubble Mare. Is one of the more efficient blue effects that we've gotten like this. So I think this is probably going to find a home. Canopy Baloth. I bought this because I like the frame. Cascade Seer. Again, probably the party stuff isn't happening, but it was Cleansing Wildfire could very likely make it in. Very interesting effect. Especially if like Strip Mine's in here now, so we can maybe make land destruction a thing, make land destruction good again. Maybe like a green-red land destruction, because there's a couple green cards that'll allow you to like Cartographer that will let you return a land from your graveyard to your hand. Cleric of Chill Depths seems fine. Whenever a cleric blocks a creature. Kite Sail. This is a decent equipment. This could maybe make it in. The Cell Sword is a guy. Cunning Geyser Mage. I like bounce effects, but there's just, you know, Mana War is at the same cost, right? Dauntless Survivor. +1/+1 counters matter. Seems like a good guy for that. Dauntless Unity. This actually seems like a decent Anthem pump effect for like a go wide strategy. So I think it's on par with some of the other ones that I already have in there. So this might actually make it in. Deadly Alliance. Probably not making it in. Disenchant. I wasn't sure if I had one. It was cheap, so now I do. You know, this is decent. Not going in. Dreadworm is probably my favorite one of these with the landfall frame. I really liked it. I would love to try to find a way to make it in. I don't know that it really fits in any of the black archetypes, but we'll see. This is just a good card. If you have another warrior, very efficient, causes some headaches. Diver, healer. Yeah, so these are all the Zendikar Rises things. Farsight Adept is such an interesting card that maybe it'll make it in. I don't know. It's probably not good, but Feed the Swarm could very legitimately make it in. That's sort of a unique effect, and so I'd like to, you know, being able to hit enchantments is kind of interesting. Field Research, you know, is this the best divination? Is this the best version of divination versus some of the other ones we've had where if you have a flyer, it's less? It might be. I think this might be the best one. This is probably going to push divination out of the cube if it's still in there. Fissure Wizard. I do like this. This is good in like an aggressive strategy. It's a goblin and a wizard, although none of those are really supported types right now. But it could happen. Full Art Land. This makes it in. Full Art Land. This makes it in. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Maybe. Glacial Grass. Probably not. Gnarled Colony. Decent card. Probably not making it in. Grotag Bugcatcher. Maybe. Probably not. Nah. This could make it in because I'm a suck. Like +1/+1 counters are one of my favorite things ever, and so just having something that gives +1/+1 is sort of like one of these +1/+1 counter lords, like a lot of the Khans of Tarkir cards were. Ironically, green is not great on those. The Pride Malkin is one of the only ones of those. 2 mana combat trick, probably not happening. Full Art Land. Full Art Land that is absolutely beautiful. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. That's pretty. That is a pretty land. It was by far the most expensive one. This other island is like quite cheap comparatively. Draga Visionary. It's decent. It immediately has been outclassed by that card in the Kaldheim Lake. That's the 3/3 with Foretell that does this. I mean, it's not an elf wizard, but still. This is pretty. I like the frame. We already have a card that pretty much does this already, so I don't know that this is any better, but I do like the frame. Kazandu Stomper, maybe? I mean, the problem, right, like what made this really cool in draft was the fact that there were all these lands that you could, you know, the modal double-faced cards, which just don't exist at common. At some point, they're going to get printed. Like, now that I think with the success that they were, we're going to see those at common at some point. They're going to be very boring. They're going to be like, play this as a 2/2 or an ETB land. But at some point, like, they'll screw up and they'll make something that's good, and then this card will be good. Core Celebrant, probably good in a black-white grindy life gain kind of a thing. Ox, I'd like to ox you a question. I like the frame. Malakir Blood Priest, again, just kind of drains on its own. This, if any of them make it in, this one would because Orzhov is like a very grindy, drainy deck. So maybe it has need for a 2/1. This card is making it in. Oh, it does everything. It's such a good card. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Like, this is 100% going in. Like, this is like the most Orzhov-y card possible. It's so good. Mesa Lynx. Yeah. Sorry, cat. Might of Marasa. Sure. Seems decent. Not going to make it in. Mind Drain. Again, so good. I love it that they've like taken these sort of staple cards that you kind of see in every core set, or they get reprinted in set after set, and then they kind of tweak it. This does a little bit of everything. I love it. I think it's just a great card, and it's absolutely replacing Mind Rot. Wait, which is the one that's discard 2, and which is the one that's like completely busted? I think Mind Rot is the one where you just discard 2, not the busted one from Fallen Empires. That's him to Turok. Yeah, it's not. I got the name right. Yeah, this is going to replace Mind Rot. Lands, they're cool. All right, Marasa Brute. Why did I buy 5 of those? I didn't. I bought like 80. Because Marasa Brute was, when I bought it, they had, where are you? They were 1 cent each. And so I bought 80 of them. So I spent 80 cents and bought 80 foil Marasa Brutes. Because if I'm ever going to get into like messing with foils, like, wiping them and doing stuff to it, like, now I've got like a ton of 1 cent foils to like strip, right? So one of these containers is 100% Marasa Brutes, which is kind of funny to me. And is it this one? Yeah, this one is all Marasa Brutes. It's just so many. I bought all of the ones that they had because it was 1 cent. I was like, sure, I'll just buy all of them, dude. I don't care. So I've got all these foils that I can strip and do art projects with or something. But I was amused by this. All right. This might be like 80% Marasa Brutes as well. E2 Marasa. Oh, one more snuck in there. Nahiri's Binding. This is an interesting card. It's fine. It's a little prohibitive mana cost. We don't care about planeswalkers. But its activated abilities can't be activated. So I don't know. I think Arrest is just better. Not Arrest. Is that the Arrest? The one there, the dude's all fatigued on it. Namana Skitter Sneak. It's a creepy card. It's got freaky artwork. Probably doesn't make it into the cube. Although, 4 CMC 3/4 is decent. Full art planes, full art planes, full art planes. Practice Tactics. Did I buy 2 of the same one? Or maybe I already had some of these? No. Why did I buy all of these but not all the other ones? That's weird. Interesting. Prowling Felidar could make it in. That's a scary card. The game goes long. And it's vigilant, and it's got a cool frame. That seems reasonably possible. Pyroclastic Hellion seems cool. Little bit extra reach. Reclaim the Wastes. Love Fixing. Risen Riptide, not going to happen. Scale the Heights, too risky. It's a sorcery. Scavenge Blade, nah. Scorch Rider, nah. Seagate Banneret, probably not, but maybe I got to look at what kind of, it's always good to have a late game mana sink, so I got to look at what other equivalent things I have like that for like a white weenie strategy. Seagate Colossus. Seafloor Stalker. This one's not bad. You know, good to have reach. Yeah, Shepherd of Heroes. That looks weird. Something about the printing on that looks weird. Sizzling Barrage. Yeah. Skyclave Sentinel. I kind of like this card. I mean, it's a Defender. Tokens Matters thing. Like, if I'm going to have a Defenders theme, it's fine. If I'm going to have a... It's colorless. If +1/+1 counters matter, if there's other ways to get +1/+1 counters on it. I don't know. I'm gonna try way harder than I should to find a place for this in the cube. Squid Boy. It's fine. I don't think I have Moat Piranhas in it. If I have Moat Piranhas, this would replace that. Sneaking Guide. I wish I had a way that 2-power toughness mattered, but we don't. Spare supplies, yeah. Lagak. Love me some Lagak action. This could... I'm going to try and get this in. It's got like a fancy frame, so I got to try extra hard anytime something has a fancy frame. Stonework Pack Piece, I think, is just going to make it in. 2 mana, 2/1. 2 colorless mana, 2/1. Yeah, you know, that helps a lot. And then... it has a little bit of fixing, and then it counts. It's got like sort of pseudo changeling, right, for anything that cares about those things. So I think that I'm glad I picked it up. Strength and Solidarity. No. Swamp. It's pretty. We're gonna keep it. Swamp. It's pretty. We're gonna keep it. Synchronized Spellcraft. Nah. Tajuro Blightbraid. Wait. There's like the Sedge Scorpion already. I don't think I have that in here. This is at least, you know, creature types that matter. So, Elf Rogue. It's a 1/4 classic sideboard material. Tajim Raptor. Unless right now this probably isn't making it in, but I'm hoping that they print more lands with like weird ETB effects or something. In which case we'll want to put this in, or MDFCs at common. Whirl Mage, maybe. Ambusher, probably not. Scythe Cat, it's cool. It grows. So maybe? I don't know. It's got a fancy frame. You know, if there's ways to like keep, you know, probably in the like green base 5-color deck, this is good because part of your fixing is going to be like, cast a spell, go get a land, put it into play, in which case this can really take advantage of that. So I'll have to try it. Talked about Rubble Fort is interesting. Defender, reach, creatures you control have haste. I wish it were 2 mana instead of 3, you know, but I love Defender. It's cool. Turn Timber Aesthetic, probably not happening. Utility Knife, probably not. Vanquish the Weak. It's a good card. Just black already has like amazing options for removal for less mana. So Zulaport Duelist. Bowser's Acolyte. This is gonna make it in. It's got a special frame and it does a lot of things that I care about. So this in fact warrants a short pause for me to sleeve that baby up. Caged Zombie. It's alright, I guess. A little bit. It's nice that it's grindy, but I don't know. Crypt Lurker. Maybe? Probably not bad. Feet of Resistance. Oh man, the scary part of M21 draft, right? This thing. Just, do they have it? Oh, they had it. I lose, right? Such a good card. This is I might have even already had one of these from back in Cons days, but you know, it's just it's so good and it was cheap, so I wanted to pick up another one. Make sure I had it. Forest. Oh, I bought the fancy Forest. That's pretty. Oh, that's cool. Gloom Sower. That's an interesting card. I don't know that there's a place for it in the queue, but it does a lot, you know. There's a black-blue control deck. Goblin Wizardry I love, because I was grinding on some dumb blue-red Spells Matter deck on Arena, and this is like kind of a key component of this. And it's interesting. It creates tokens, but it's a spell and kind of a Spells Matter thing where if you can use spells to make creatures, that could be cool. Grasp of Darkness, just super efficient. Hobble Fiend, neat card, pretty good in like an Aristocrats kind of a shell thing with steal effects. Hunter's Edge, decent card. Igneous Cur, I like it. Target creature gains flying, that's fine. Library Larcenist, interesting if there's like ways to make it unblockable and things. I guess we started with that earlier. I bought this because it has a pretty frame. I don't really see it doing anything. Llanowar Visionary, just a house, just a freaking house. This card does everything, does it all. Draw a card, mana. What more could you want? Replaces itself, ramps. It's amazing. Fine, whatever. Pretty planes. A lot of people hate this planes. I understand why. I get it. It's weird. It's different, but I respect that. Pride Malkin, this is almost certainly getting in. It's one of the few green payoffs for +1/+1 counters. So finally they printed this thing. Rambunctious Mutt, good card. Well, a decent card. I mean, it's kind of sideboardy, I guess, but it does some stuff. Rise Again. Sure. It's not really a fully enabled archetype, but there's probably some way to make this happen. Love the card. There's just cheaper effects, more efficient effects if you're doing it. Rousing Reed is such an interesting card. This is like the best designed card of M21. It does a little bit of everything, where it gives it flying. When you draw 2 cards, you discard a card. Like, it's just so well engineered. It's a non-creature spell. Like, it just does all the... It triggers the, like, draw 2 thing. It's just really, really interesting. Very interestingly designed card. Sabertooth Mauler. Didn't play as well as I thought, but, you know. You can... There's probably a way to make it work. Secure the Scene. Yeah, white. Removal. What are you going to do? Spine Megalodon. Interesting card. Interesting card. It's pretty powerful. Staunch Shieldmate. It's a dude. This has a fancy frame. Yeah, decent. Truffle Snout. I really like this card too. These were two pretty fun cards from M21. I really liked it. Turret Ogre. It has reach. Valorious Steed. Seems blinkable. Why is that not in my... Yeah, it's not. What are you going to do? This card. Look at that. It's a potato chip. It's so bent. Annoyed Altasaur. Anointer of Valor. Yeah, these were from Commander Legends. This could come in. Yeah, this is neat. The Armory. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think if any of these were things that I was like really excited about. That's kind of annoying. Boarding Party. It's got Cascade, so kind of cool. Brazen Freebooter. Make a Treasure. Champion of the Flame. Again, if I tried to do like an Equipment Matters thing, that's where this would come in. Charcoal Diamond. Did I buy the cycle of these? I think I did. I don't know that they're really gonna make it in. I don't have the signets. I should probably just buy the signets, but they're pretty darn expensive for the printing that I would want, which was like the original foil printing. Corpse Churn, Crimson Fleet Commodore. You become the Monarch. Seems good. Hive-Light Massacre. Get 'em. Maybe elves will be a thing. Firehaven Elf. Lands. Fiery Cannonade. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of messing up Pauper from what I understand, so I'm glad I picked that up. This is probably gonna make it in, right? Like a kind of a 2-mana Wrathy type of things. Although I don't, you know, my cube, I don't know exactly where that happens. I guess we're gonna get some changelings with Kaldheim, which is gonna be interesting. But red black is like lots of little low stuff. I guess red black would have access to black removal, so maybe like this is more of a red blue thing. Red white doesn't want this because that's gonna like really hurt your board more than anything. So, because you don't have pirates in white, I don't know. Filigree Familiar, neat card. I thought it was interesting. Fleshbag Marauder, Forceful Denial, Foundry Inspector, Haunted Cloak, Howling Golem, interesting card. Pilfer. This is good. Each creature you control. It's a sorcery. Could do some work. Kinshade Courier. Put a +1 counter on target creature. Encore. Core Cartographer. Search your library for a planes. Put it onto the battlefield top, then shuffle your library. So that crucial rank. Although that would now be fixing because it doesn't say basic plane. So we got those snow duels coming, baby. So this might make it in. This might make it in. Yeah, because of those snow duels. That could be good. Cascade. I would like to make Cascade a thing. Marble Diamond, Makeshift Munitions, Moss Diamond, Natural Reclamation. These things are so bent. Oh, I finally got like a freaking Seraph of Dawn. I never had this. This is a just dumb, not fun card. So of course I'm going to put it into the cube because I'm an idiot. But yeah. 2/4 Flying Lifelink. Ugh. Just, what are you going to do? That's a problem. Sky Diamond. Again, Skywheeler's Shot could probably make it in. Just destroy target creature with power 3 or greater, scry 1, and it's an instant. That hits a lot of stuff. It's a good card. That probably makes it in. Soul's Fire, sure. Spectral Searchlight. Oh, I bought it in foil. Cool. I did get it in foil. Bent foil, but foil. Undying Rage. Viserys here. Finally picked this thing up. Like, even though consciously, like, I know sacrificing a creature for no cost is like a really powerful thing, I still look at this and I'm like, really? But there's just crazy stuff you can do with it. Like, it's so powerful to be able to do that. Shop Assistant have really no way to do it. Oh, and then these are like some commander decks that I want to make. So I think I picked this one up because it was cheap. But Zaxara and Xyris, I'm both excited for both of these. This is the snake one. Whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one they drew in each of their draw steps, create a 1/1 green snake creature token. And deals combat damage to a player. You and that player each draw that many cards. So that seems fun. And then the Zaxara, the Exemplary, Death Touch, make Hydras whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost. So cast in X spells seems fun. Here's that Abrade that I was looking for earlier. It ended up here. Alabaster Mage. Looks like a decent card. Ancient Stirrings. Pick this up. Not sure how abusable this is in like any of the green archetypes I have, but I know it's good and it's finally cheap again, so I picked it up. Apprentice Wizard. Ramp in blue is always kind of interesting. Bone Picker. You know, Pauper All-Star as of now, so glad I picked up one of these. Oh, this is a 3/2. I was thinking it was a 3/1 in my head. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Cast Down. Pretty good removal, right? Am I right, guys? Because we don't have any legendary creatures in my cube, so get that thing dead. These guys are both. We're gonna pause to sleeve on these fine fellows. I'm losing my energy. Y'all. It's been an hour, 2 hours. How long have I been doing this? I should have that information readily available. Who knows? Nobody knows. I've been streaming. Oh, somebody's watching on Twitch. Cool. Hey, Twitch watcher. Yeah, Restream.io does not have... oh, yeah, an hour and a half. So, yeah, I've been doing this an hour and a half. So, and this is not my day job. Actually, my day job does involve talking to people all day, so I'm actually going to have a really tough time tomorrow. I should have thought better about that. I don't think I have any important meetings. I should check. I'm kidding. All my meetings are important, especially the one I have with you. Probably some way to abuse this. Who knows? And Chatter of the Squirrel. Hey, it has flashback. Automatically pretty decent. Chromatic Star. Probably some way to abuse this. Who knows? Clear Shot. It's kind of like that white one, right? The white equivalent of that. The Skywhaler Shot. I want to... Where was that? Now I want to find that. And so they can like look at each other. Because I feel like that would be funny. Is that in this stack? Seraph. Yeah. Hey, look! They're buddies. Hey, man, how's it going? Just shooting things! What about you? Yeah, shooting things. I shoot things in the air! I shoot things at the ground! Yeah, let's bond. Oops. So. Cool. All right. It's fun to laugh. Clear Shot, Cloud Reader Sphinx, Conclave, Naturalists. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's like those dogs, just with a less prohibitive casting cost and better stats. This seems like a cute little card. I don't know how to make it work, but until then. Crib Swap. This is reasonable enough removal in white. Can you imagine something like this in blue? That would just be ridiculous, right? That would be hilarious if they printed this in blue and the thing had flying instead. Sure. Divest. Yeah! Everflowing Chalice. This is a good card. Psyched about this for the cube. This is almost certainly going in. This is one. So I got into back into Magic around Zendikar. I always really like this card. It's got X in the. Ooh, this is an X spell. So work with that. That commander I got. I hope so. And Everflowing Chalice. Yeah, really good. Proliferate shenanigans. Make it fun. So. Fury Mechanist seems fine. I probably already have that actually. Fierce Empath, Gleaming Barrier, Create a Treasure, sure. Heartless Pillage, cool. Whoa! That is pretty. That is a pretty card. That is extremely, extremely foily. Azul's Tool Collector, Magnifying Glass, Mountain. Holy sh! Wow! These foils are amazing! These are really good foils. These are really good foils. These are really good foils. Man. Man. It's like so blue. I can't get over it. It doesn't look real. Magnifying Glass seems fun. Parasitic Strix. Planes. Eh. Oh, that's the Noah Bradley one. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted the... Oh, man. I think I bought the Noah Bradley one by mistake. Oh, shoot. That was not what I wanted. Maybe they gave me the wrong one. Oh, well. The Noah Bradley one, at least, is cheap. Yeah, they sent me the wrong planes. Yep. I ordered 373 and they sent me 374. Alright, well, I'll shoot them an email. Yep. You saw it here live, folks. Planes 373 and you sent me planes 374. Alright, well, I'll check to see if there's any other irregularities in the order, but there you go. Alright. Silumgar Scavenger. Hey. Swamp. So pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Thraben Inspector. Finally got one of these guys. This is definitely going in the cube. That's a good card. Whisperer of the Wilds. Fine. Gleeful Sabotage. Goblin Bushwhacker. Finally picked up one of these. I kind of wanted one of these for a while. This is the oh yeah, that one isn't, but these ones are the Mystery Booster reprints. Goblin Bushwhacker probably makes it in. I feel like it's a decent combat trick. Force through some extra damage and sort of any sort of red X aggro strategy. And a forest, and an island, and a pretty island. That's a fairy island. I do like that. Swamp, and the Johnny Yvonne Forest, and then a Funeral Charm. This looks really good, actually. This old border foil Funeral Charm looks awesome. So that's some cool stuff. So yeah, pretty psyched about most of this. And thank you all for watching. It's been a while since I've done this, and I'm excited for Kaldheim coming out soon. And other than that, yeah, Zendikar been been out for so long that yeah, I was able to do this order and everything. And well, you know, looking forward to putting in another order at some point and unboxing some stuff. Thank you all for watching. If you have any advice on how to make this more interesting, I'm all ears. Although, to be honest, I clearly don't invest a whole lot of energy into trying to, you know, promote this and make this a thing. I have other interests in my life that keep me busy these days. But this is a fun way to share the joy of opening Magic cards and talking about them with like-minded folk, especially given that COVID kind of limits our options to do that in real life. So be safe, be well, and take care.